If you want to build strong legs and abs, you are in the right place because that is what today's workout is all about. The structure for today's workout includes 3 different rounds. The first 2 rounds are going to be all about the legs. We're going to hit the glutes, we're going to hit the quads, the hams, the thighs, we've got the calves. So this is rounds 1 and 2, and then round 3 is all about the abs and obliques. So with round 1, we're going to be heavy with our lifts. So we're going to use our dumbbells in that round. We've got 8 exercises repeated 2 times through. In that round, it's going to be a little bit of a superset with a full range and a pulse. We're going to work for 50 seconds for full range, go right into 20 seconds of pulses, then we'll get 20 seconds of rest. For round 2, we are going to work just with our body weight, or if you have some optional equipment that I'll talk about in a minute, being our band, bench, and ankle weights, we're gonna use those in that round. That's gonna be 5 exercises. We're gonna work for 60 seconds and rest for only 10. This one, we're only working through each exercise 1 time through. Then round 3, finally, we're gonna hit abs. We're gonna work for 40 seconds, pulse for 20 seconds, and then rest for only 10. 6 exercises 1 time through. The optional equipment, well, actually, let's talk dumbbell weight first, then we'll talk optional equipment. The only time we're gonna need dumbbells will be in round number 1. For those 8 exercises repeated 2 times, we're gonna be lifting heavy on this one. So really challenge yourself. I'm gonna use my 20s, my 25s, my 30s, and then I'm gonna have 1 50-pound dumbbell for when we do sumo deadlift. And then optional equipment, you can see I've got my bench out here. We'll use that in rounds 1 and 2. And then in rounds 2 only, if you have either one or both, we've got our mini resistance band and, whoa, our ankle weights. Almost lost that one. Don't want to lose these. Keep these on. They're going to be fun. But that'll be round 2. So when we get there, we'll get there. I think that's about it. I think that sums it up. I know we went through that pretty quick, but we got things to do. So let's go ahead and get into our warm-up so we can get this party started. We're going to start with just an in and out squat. So bringing your feet together, we're going to step out to one side, down, up, and then take it to the other side. Just nice and slow here, starting to get everything warm. Head is up, chest is up. Oh, that's what I'll say. If you don't have your bench or your exercise band, I will have modifications on screen for when we use that, as always. And then when we have lunges and stuff, I'll have a mod for you as well. Let's do 1 more each side. Here's 2 and 1. Good, staggered stance, good morning. So 1 leg forward as we're gonna reach forward with that staggered stance, and then we're gonna come up to a quad pull. So feeling a stretch through the back of the legs, then stretching through the front. And we're gonna switch sides, make sure we're hitting everything even. Last 2. Elongate through the spine, sink it down, and pull. Other side now. So driving the hips, soft knees, drive it, and quad pull. Woo! One side, always just a wee bit tighter. This is my tight side. And by the way, that is normal to have one side tighter than the other. Usually just comes back to how we're moving in our everyday life, kind of our movement patterns. So something to think about in everyday life to kind of even that out, but last one. Good. Now we're gonna grab some lighter weights. I'm gonna grab my 15 pounds. We got 3 weighted exercises, Romanian deadlift, sumo to calf raise, and then just a squat. So grabbing your weights. Again, not super heavy, but really wanna start to wake up those muscles. Going for that RDL, just a few reps each here. Back flat, core tight, hinge it down. Pull and squeeze up. Last one, then we'll go into that sumo to calf raise. And up, legs out, toes out. I'm gonna keep my weights right here on my legs so we can really emphasize that calf lift. Good, hold it down, lift, and back up and press. Up, hold it for a second to feel those calf muscles. Squeeze, down. 1 more, and then we'll go into our squat. Down, lift, and press. Walking those legs into your squat stance, and here we go. Press, exhale, push that floor away. 2 more, and then we'll be ready. 2, and last one. All right, we're getting into it. We are starting with a narrow Romanian deadlift. So grab your heavy weights for this. If you want to start your watch to track your workout, I'm going to use the traditional strength option on my watch today. And we got 40 minutes starting now. So grab your weights and let's do this. So with our narrow RDL, bring those legs in nice and close. Oh, this one burns so good. I love this exercise. So roll the shoulders back, same thing. Soft knees, we're gonna hinge at the hips, keep the dumbbells nice and close to your legs. Starting out with that solid form. Nice slow tempo here with this in 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. Keep those weights nice and close. Pull and squeeze up. A little bit of a deeper range of motion here where you can feel, you really feel that stretch through the hams. And we're not lifting with our back, so the way to refocus, making that mind-muscle connection, hit the bottom, tighten up through the hamstrings. And remember, we're supersetting this with a pulse set, but when we do RDLs, it's not necessarily a pulse, it's more of a half rep. So it's not quick, we're gonna keep it nice and controlled, taking ourselves just halfway through. Oh my word, that range of motion. Good, up for 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna take it down. 20 seconds of half rep, and here we go. We're down. Squeeze it up about halfway, down. Keeping that spine nice and long. Think about sticking your chest out so your back isn't rounding. I know this is tough. Core has to stay nice and tight. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Whew. Rest it out, 20 seconds. We repeat one more time through. So the reason for pulses today, that's keeping that muscle under tension longer, allowing us to get a little bit more volume out of this workout today. All right, grabbing the weights, 3 seconds. Here we go, narrow RDL. And let's take it down. Full range, back to full range for 50. Pull and squeeze. Stick that chest out. Letting your eyes just follow right along, so keep that neck neutral. Keep your head up as you come down, but then neck just follows right along. Head, or eyes, I should say. And your neck's gonna go with it, so. Over halfway. This is gonna be one of those workouts where you're probably gonna get done and you're gonna be like, I didn't even know I had that muscle. Like, we are hitting it all and we are working it good today. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, half rep for 20, and here we go. Down, squeeze. Stick that chest out, keep that core tight. Nice long spine, over halfway, almost there. 3, 2, yes. Whew. All right, we are going now with our bench. So if you have your bench, we're gonna do a squat to bench. If you don't, you're just doing that regular squat. Dumbbells are gonna be propped up on the shoulders. So I'm just gonna get my bench in here. Whew. Keeping with that heavy weight. Oh, hello. All right, bringing it up. And here we go, 50 on. If you're squatting down to that bench, squat it down, press that up. Just that regular squat if you don't have a bench. But I like the bench because as you have a seat, it's like a dead stop squat. You know when we do dead stop rows, or I'm trying to think of other dead stop exercises we might do. But right now, all I can think about is trying to keep my form. Keep that chest up, squeeze the glutes at the top. But this is a really good functional move right here, because how many times do we do this in a day? We have a seat, we stand back up. Making life easier, 1 rep at a time. All right, we're gonna get ready to just pulse it down. Last 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, squat pulse. Hover it over that bench or just doing that squat pulse. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Oh, rest it out for 20. Shake it out. I know that weight's gonna get heavy today, especially when you have all lower body. Let your hands have a break, just kind of stretch them out. Circle the wrists in between sets. All right, 5 and we go. Back to squat or squat to bench in 3, 2, and 1. Don't completely lock the knees. Keep those knees soft. Just push those hips forward a bit, squeeze, drop it. And I like to completely take all the weight off of my feet, so I'll just hover my feet right above the ground. You don't have to do that, but it's just one of those little things that after doing this exercise several times, many times, it's one of those things that kind of just helps in the flow of my routine. If you kind of get a tempo, it helps you with your form and range of motion. Getting ready for pulses. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, so squat pulse or hover it right above as you're pulsing. 20 on, let's go. Oh my. Halfway. Keep it up, keep it strong, you got this. Keep it low. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna keep our bench out here. We're gonna do hip thrusts next. So if you have your bench or your box, your couch, something like that, use that. If you don't, you're gonna be glute bridge on the mat. Grabbing our weight, I'm gonna use 130 here for this. Bringing it down into glute bridge or hip thrust. And here we go. Drop it down all the way, squeeze, press up, tighten up. Taking your time to hit the low part of your rep all the way up to the top of your rep. Exhale as you squeeze. Woo. Don't shy out here on this squeeze. Really take the time, hold it, squeeze it, and then control it back down. We're getting ready for pulses next. So glute bridge pulse, or here on the bench, hip thrust pulse. Last 3, 2, and bring it up. Let's pulse it. So little move, big burn, it has begun. We're pulsing for 20. Not losing that contraction in the glutes, just taking it a little bit deeper with that pulse every time. Here it is, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Second set coming at us. Whew. Now when we hit the pulses, if you need to drop the weight and just do body weight, that is 100% an option. So feel free to do that. Again, whatever is gonna allow you to keep form and just feel those muscles, that's what you want. That's where you're gonna grow the furthest. Here we go, bring it up. Second and final set here. And let's go. Down, press and squeeze. Lots of heavy breathing today, just as an FYI, because the lower body muscles here are some of the biggest in the body. So the heart is pumping hard to get that oxygen flowing, which means we're getting out of breath, heart rate's going up. All good things right now. Make sure you're holding it for just a second at the top to maximize the contraction and the squeeze. Going into the pulses next. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up and let's pulse 20 on squeeze. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Out with that weight. We have got sumo RDL next. So this is where we're gonna have a little bit more thigh action come into play. I'm gonna just move my bench. We're gonna need our bench again towards the end of this round. So just keep it nearby or your chair. Sumo RDL, grabbing those weights. 50 seconds on the clock, legs out, toes out. And here we go. Back flat, core tight, all the way down. Pull, squeeze up. Keep those weights right next to the center of gravity here so the arms just hang straight down. Again, still squeezing the glutes and the hams. The lineup of our exercises, the order in which they're placed, is really coming into play today too, to maximize that muscle growth. As you can see, we've been hitting the backside big time. Almost there, half rep next. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds, half rep, nice and low, pull up. Knees are soft, back flat, squeeze. Woo. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. I know this is getting tough. I'm starting to sweat actually. Woo. 10 seconds, last set for sumo RDL. And I like it when we have a lot of variation in these rounds. So this round is almost over, and then we're gonna completely switch gears. So you got that to look forward to. I know it's getting tough, but we're getting close. Sumo RDL again, here we go. And let's begin, 50 on, back flat, core tight. And knowing that heavy weights are in round one only, let that be a little motivation, a little bit of encouragement to say, let's go heavy. Because we've got 8 exercises times 2. I feel like 8 exercises times 2 sounds like a little bit less than 16 sets. So that's why I'm saying it that way. It's for me right now, because I am like, oh, legs. Howdy, Nacho. Hello. Nacho's like, I'm gonna come get in on this action here. Get some pets. I do not have a free hand. Good sir, I am sorry. All right, getting ready for half reps. Last 3, 2, and 1. Half reps, here we go. Down, squeeze. So again, like I said, we have really been working the back of the legs. We're gonna switch gears here to a little bit more quad work next. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Whew. All right, so we have got stationary lunges, a little bit of unilateral because we're gonna work one side and then the other. If lunges bother your knees, you are gonna be on the mat, or you can do hip thrusts, but what you're gonna see on screen for the mod, in case you don't have that, is a glute bridge, a kickstand glute bridge. So grabbing your weight for those lunges, stationary lunge or kickstand glute bridge, and here we go. All the way down and press. So you're gonna feel the quads start to work on this one. And then in the second round, we really have some quad focus work. So we're building muscle, but also giving our legs that definition in this structure today. Okay, pulses are coming up quick on us. So we're gonna keep it low and pulse it. Okay, here it is. Last 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds of pulses. Pulse it down, down. Woo. Just hovering that knee. Keeping that spine up, shoulders back. Wow. Here it is. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Same side. We're gonna keep it on the same side before we switch over. So 2 sets on one side, 2 sets on the other. Okay, grabbing your weight. Full range again. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Exhale as you press up, really putting all this weight on the forward foot. And if you are doing that glute bridge, that kickstand glute bridge, the working leg has all the weight. Again, that forward leg is just acting as a kickstand. Over halfway. We're really getting shaky now. Anytime you have a kickstand or a lunge, that's also working your stabilizers and balance. As you can see, last 3, 2, here we go. Pulses for 20. Bring it down and let's begin. So lots of benefits to more single leg work. Not just building muscle, but stabilizing you, helping you with your balance. Better balance equals healthier knees, healthier ankles, all those joints. Last 3, 2, 1. Oh my word. Okay, that leg is like, we are switching it over to the other side and I can't wait to make it even. So then I don't know how we're gonna walk, but we're gonna figure it out because that's what we do. We got a problem, we're gonna solve it. Here we go. Stationary lunge or kickstand other side. Keep those shoulders back. Don't start rounding forward. Two exercises to go after this one in round 1. Almost there. Pulse is coming up. Last 3, 2, 1. Breathe. 20 seconds. Here we go. Pulse it. Right into those low pulses. Think strong right here. Try not to think about the burn. I know it's gonna come anyways, but think strong. Think I got a purpose, I got a reason for this, and we're doing it today. You showed up, let's make it count. Last 2, 1. Rest it out, shake it out. Final set here. Breathing. Okay. Grabbing that weight, 3 seconds. Here's 2, and let's begin, 50 on. This one. All right, pulse is next. Less than 10 and we'll pulse. Here's 3, 2, 1. Last set of pulses here, 20 seconds. Let's go, pulse it down. Oh my word. Woo. Keep going. We got this. Here it is. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right. This is where I'm grabbing just one 50-pound dumbbell. We have got sumo deadlift. Now the pulse is going to be a little bit different on this one. We are just going to do a sumo squat pulse. But for now, the full range, the heavy sumo deadlift. Legs out, toes out, start at the bottom. Drop that bum. Here we go, back flat. Pull up. Down. Don't let that chest fall forward. Squeeze up. Hinging at the hips, bending at the knees. That's the difference here between deadlift and Romanian deadlift. Still pushing that floor away. Good posture. So sumo squat next. I am going to do just body weight on this one. So I'm gonna drop my weight completely and just do that pulse for 20. So sumo squat pulse. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. All right, let that weight come down or keep the weight if you want. Sumo pulse is 20, here we go. Now I'm taking a slight hinge to hit the glutes a little bit deeper. If you do that, make sure you've got a nice long straight spine. Keep it low. 3, 2, 1. Woo. 20 seconds. This is the last exercise here before we're just doing calf raises. So keep that in mind, keep it heavy, keep that form. Okay, 5 seconds. Remember, start it down, so bend at the knees, hinge slightly at the hips, and here we go. Exhale as you come up. Remember, think about pressing that floor away, not just standing up. Get a little extra oomph right there as you press that floor away. Over halfway. Sumo squat pulses to finish here. Oh, here it is. 3, 2, 1. Oh, bring that weight down. Take it low. Get that foot position for sumo squat. 20 on. Here we go. Pulse it. Nice and low. All right, we're not gonna have enough, not enough. We're not gonna have much time in between calf raises. This exercise in calf. So you can do those standing. You'll see that modification come up on screen. I am going to be seated on my bench. And to get a deeper range of motion, I'm gonna use some dumbbells. So I'll show you 2 and 1. So I am going to use dumbbells under my toes, right here out in front, and I'm gonna use a weight on my knees. So I'm gonna grab my 30. Bring these back just so you can do this if you have those flat bottom dumbbells. And here we go. Lift it up and down. Squeeze. So this is allowing my heels to drop past that point of a parallel like I would on the ground. That's why it's really awesome if you have like a nearby stairwell or something you can do your calf raises on. Really good to get a deeper range of motion in these calves. Because again, it's a nice stretch, and when we stretch the muscles, they have to work harder to stretch back into that contraction. So again, you can almost think of a rubber band, like your muscles like a rubber band. The further you stretch it, the further they're gonna have to come back to that neutral position. Almost there, 2 and 1. All right. 20-second pulses. Here we go. Lift it up, squeeze, squeeze. So keeping it in that high position here. Oh, they're shaking. Whoa. 3, 2, 1. All right. Final set here in our round. Just readjusting here. I was kind of sitting too far into the open space on my bench. All right, here we go. Calf raises in 3, 2, and 1. All the way down, press and squeeze, hold it at the top. Super important to hold that contraction at the top and then back down. So tighten it up, hold it, relax down. While you're staying controlled, nice and slow up and down. Last set of pulses here. Now in between our rounds, we actually get 45 seconds to rest, which it's gonna be kind of prepping for round 2. You'll see what I mean when we get there. We're getting ready for pulses. We're about 10 out. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, hold it up. Now pulse it out for 20. Last 20 here. Whew. Almost there. Here it is, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, breathing it out. All right, so we got 45 seconds. Remember, no dumbbells now, so you can get your space clear. And we'll be, for round 3, we'll be on the mat for abs, so just make sure you got enough room when we hit that. So we are gonna start out with the bench. Now, if you don't have the bench, you're gonna go ahead and be on the mat for a hips up. You're gonna do a glute bridge abduction. So you're just gonna hold it in that iso glute bridge and then press the legs. You'll see in that mod, I've got my hands on that. If not, you're gonna do a seated. Now, if you have your band, go ahead and put that on. You can put your ankle weights on for this round too. I'm gonna go ahead and add mine right now, just for a little extra oomph. All right, putting that band on. Remember, 60 on, 10 off, and here we go. So press it out for 60, press. You can use your hands as a little bit more, kind of up on your toes, keeping those feet together and just pressing out. So working through the outer thigh here. Just keep pressing, back in, out. Keep tension on that band at all times. Halfway. These reps now in this round, because we're not using weight and we're kind of working at a quicker, we're gonna work at a quicker pace. So keep your speed up on this. Take a break only if you absolutely have to. We're coming up on it. We're gonna do a rear leg lift. You'll see a mod on the ground. I am going to be here on my bench. So I'm gonna move my bench right quick. 2 and 1. Whew, all right, 10 seconds. Sorry, I'm just moving my bench so it's not at a weird angle here. All right, on the bench, knee down, and here we go. We're gonna lift, squeeze, and down. Take your time if you're on the mat, really squeeze, hold it up, foot is flexed. Core is engaged, up, hold. Now, if you're using your band and you're finding that it's rolling, I like to keep that band on one side under my knee, the knee that's stationary, kind of just holds things in place a little bit. Really lifting and squeezing, and the reason I'm doing it on my bench is for a deeper range of motion, because on the ground, I'd stop here, but when I've got the bench, I can go a little bit deeper into it. So again, bench is not necessary by any means, but there are a few little techniques you can add to work deeper into those muscles with the bench, which is why if you can get one, I recommend it, but again, not necessary. Last 2, 1, over to the other side now, switch it up, same thing, and here we go, lift it up, squeeze, down. Foot is flexed, really lift, hold, feel those glutes work, keeping that core tight. Whew. Over halfway. Remember, try to keep moving, keep a quicker tempo, rest only if you absolutely have to. This next exercise, let me tell you what we've got. We're gonna do, if you have a bench or even a chair, we're gonna do a leg extension. So we're gonna put that band under one of the legs, alternate, or we're not alternate, one side and then the other. Last 3, 2, and 1. If you don't, you're gonna do a single-sided up and over. So I know, I'm sorry, this is gonna be like an awkward position, but I'm gonna do it anyways here from the side. Let me try to just move this back. All right, here we go. So lift it up and down. So 2 more exercises in this one. Through here, this is all top of your leg. So I like these exercises where our hands are free and we can actually feel the muscle working. Because again, the more you can make that mind-muscle connection, the deeper you're gonna be able to work in the muscle. The deeper you can work into the muscles, the more muscle you're gonna be able to build in that exercise. So that's why, just feel it and be like, okay, I got it. And it's just that little motivation that just keeps you going. You're like, it's burning for a reason. Something is happening. I am getting stronger. But still just sitting up nice and tall. And if you've got that up and over, really make a nice arch up. And then the other side, getting ready to switch it over. Last 3, 2, 1, right to the other side. That 10 seconds goes by so quick. Here we are in 3, 2, and 1, lift. So this is the last exercise before round 3. Remember, round 3 is all about the abs. So we'll have a longer break, get our bench out of the way, clear out our space, and then we need no additional equipment, just a comfy surface. Good news is, one time through each of those exercises, we've got 6 of them for abs. This structure today too, it's flown by to think we're already hitting our last and final round, and we've accomplished so much today. You're awesome. I don't think I said that yet today, but I wanted to make sure you know that, because I did not leave you with an easy one. Almost there. Here we are, last 3, 2, 1. All right, so we are done with the band. We are done with the ankle weights. We are getting our bench out of the way. And we've got about 30 seconds left before we go. So again, just make sure you got a little bit of room. We have got 40 seconds here of full range, then 20 seconds of pulses before we rest for only 10 seconds. So this is going to be intense on the abs. The cool thing about your ab muscles is they have a lot of endurance fibers in them. So it's gonna be tough, but it's doable. So here we go. We're gonna start with a crunch, just a crunch, full range in 3, 2, and 1. Up. Come all the way back to the ground, squeeze up. Exhale as you squeeze. "20 seconds of pulses coming next. So we're gonna keep those shoulder blades up and pulse. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, holding it up, get those shoulder blades up, and we pulse for 20. Pulse it up. Squeeze, exhale. With every pulse, exhale, little exhale. So think about getting all the air out as you contract, minimizing the space between your ribs and hips. Woo, almost there. 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds. Next exercise, alternating leg lower. So bring those legs up. They can be straight or you can bend them. The goal is to not let your lower back arch up. So right here, tuck your hips under, contract the abs, push that low back into the mat. And here we go, alternate sides. Down 1, up, other side. Now this one's gonna be a little bit different on the pulses. We're gonna pulse each leg for 10 seconds. Push that low back into the mat, don't let it arch up. As soon as you do that, it puts the work in the hip flexors and a little bit more in the quads. And we've already worked those today, so thank you very much. We're gonna keep it in the abs. All right, so remember those pulses, a little bit different. 10-second pulses on each side. 3, 2, 1. I wanna make it even. All right, so here we go. Pulse it down on one side, pulse it down. Keep that low back pressed in. Other leg up. Feet are flexed. Oh, I gotta peek up to see my timer because Nacho's laying right in front of it. All right, here we go. Switch it over. Woo, 10 seconds, last side. Oh, my word, the abs. Keep them tight, keep them tight. 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry, my yells, my breathing is getting loud right now because, oh my word. Knees up at 90, and we're gonna do a side crunch, one side and then the other. So legs up at 90, tabletop, going in 3, 2, opposite knee to opposite elbow, here we go. In fact, actually, you wanna kind of think about leaning up and to the outside of that leg. Get that full exhale as you crunch right here, exhale. Shoulder blades up. Trying to keep those legs out at 90 so you don't want to pull them in toward yourself. This is an added challenge with these legs here at tabletop. So if you find it's getting a little bit too intense, take it down. Keep those feet on the mat. Pulse is coming. With that pulse, we're gonna keep that shoulder blade up, little move, big burn, in 3, 2, 1, hold it up. Now 20 seconds of pulses. Here we go, pulse, squeeze. Really keep that shoulder blade up. Exhale with your pulse. Woo! Yes, this is awesome. And this is, by the way, exercise number 3 out of 6. Here's 2 and 1. Give them a little hug. We got 10 seconds. We're doing the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna keep those legs up at 90. And again, try not to let them come too close. If you need to take them down, do that. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Cross over that crunch. Trying to reach towards the outside of that leg with that elbow. Woo. Ooh, you can really feel those abs working. Full exhale, get that shoulder blade up. Oop, peeking on your knees. I just felt mine like totally creeping towards my chest. So make sure those legs, knees coming straight up. Three, 2, and 1. Here we go, pulse it. Pulse it for 20. Exhaling with each pulse. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, legs up, toe touch. Legs are gonna come straight up towards the ceiling. Try to keep them as straight as you can. Then we're gonna do that full range followed by our pulses. Last 2 exercises to go. And here we go, reach it up. I love the leg and abs. I feel like I say that every time, like whether we have upper body or we have legs. I guess I just love when we get to pair it with abs. Maybe it's just me, but I always get so excited at the end. I'm like, yes, I know that this is it. Whew. And I just love feeling the abs work too. It's a good burn. It's kind of like the cherry on top for me when we get to do abs. That's why I always like to put it as a finisher too. All right, we're gonna pulse it in 2 and 1. Keep those shoulder blades up. Try to keep those legs up. Mine are creeping down, and here we go. Pulse it. Exhale as you pulse, halfway. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna do a feet down Russian twist. So we're gonna do the same thing we did with the pulses, 10 seconds on each side for those pulses, like we did with the alternating leg lowers. So Russian twist, legs out and down, and here we go, twist it. Oh my word, I know that we have less than a minute, but this is burning so bad in the best way. Woo! Finishing with pulses, 10 pulses on each side, under 10. 3, 2, 1, sit it up for just a second. All right, 10-second pulses on one side, here we go, 10. Really get that twist, feel those obliques. Getting ready to switch it over in 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds, here we go, twist. This is it. The finisher I have for you today. Give it a little bit more love are the thighs. Here we are, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Amazing. That was awesome. You are awesome, and I am so glad that we could go through this challenge together to get strong. You know, as always, we are training to get strong in here, to be strong out there, and you are a step closer to reaching those goals. I am so glad you joined me today. Don't forget the thighs finisher. Thanks for being here, and I will see you over at that finisher. I love ya.